What's up, everybody? This is Chris with BuiltBox.info. Here today to take a look at a product that was sent to me to check out. Didn't pay for it. I have already taken a look about 3 or 4 months ago. I have I received the prototype of the Skunkworks B01, and this is a very interesting all-in-one RBA in the fact that it uses an RDTA style wicking. The tank is down here, the coil and so forth up here, and the airflow actually comes from up here. And the only problem with this design from the get-go is the fact that you have to have a special set of panels with a cutout up top. So one other problem that I had with the prototype was we had a little problem with airlock, and it's a really tight fit in a Cerakoted billet. Worked fine in a Delro. It worked fine in a stash box, and I assume a Borat. I hadn't tried it in the Borat. The airflow isn't impeded by the panels with those devices. Well, actually, with the Delro, you'll need a special set of panels as well, but I'm talking about the fit. The fit in the Delro was just fine. So we'll take it down and I'll show you what I got yesterday. And this is what they sent me. This is the final retail product. Came with the tank, or the B01 itself, and a set of panels with a special cutout for the airflow, which is right here. And there's two different types. This one here that I have on here, the airflow is actually kind of sticks out, and you can actually, in this package, you could change it out if you prefer that. So so we have the B01 itself. We have a special set of panels. They sent along an extra tank in Ultem, and as you can see with this tank, this is frosted, and the one that I had on the prototype, which don't think it may still work, but the fill port moved to this side in the final product. But this is a clear PGC here. Also included is an adapter for building it, and I'll show you how to do that. I'm not sure if the ropes come with it, but I've got a set of ropes for wicking, and some O-rings and extra parts, an extra fill port. And in this baggie we got a hex key and various other little parts, including that little airflow radiator thing there. So we'll set all this aside. The panels, we'll go ahead and get those out because we're going to try those out. Set that aside. We'll put these right here. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take this. I'll go ahead and show you between the prototype and this one. I've seen pictures of it. I got B01 on the side there. Got the fill port right here, and that just pops open and you fill it right there. I'm not 100% sure what the capacity is on this. Oh, and let me go over the RRP. These are, I believe, $199. I'm not sure what the final RRP was, but $199, and that'll come with the RBA, the airflow pins, which are these. The front, if you order one for a stash box, or for a Delro, I think you get a Delro set of panels, and if you order one for a billet box, you get the billet box panels. Oh, no doors come with the $199. I'm sorry. You pay $249 for it with the doors. I'm sorry. So this pops off the top, and there's your deck. And what they did on this, I'll show you right here. If you look right there, that little air hole, that little hole right there, that's for air to keep from having an airlock. On this deck, there's no hole there, and that was the problem with the wicking I was having, was an airlock. When I first built it, it tasted great. I mean, the flavor was awesome, but it wasn't wicking fast enough to keep up. It was wicking some, but not fast enough. So, um, as you can see right here, these are the stainless steel wicking rods, and we're going to have to take those out, or they just fall right out there. You're going to want to put your cotton right up to the top of that, and those stainless steel ropes are going to bring the juice up to the cotton. So in order to build this thing, we're going to have something to build on. Let's set these ropes out of the way so we don't lose them. And let's see something here. There's some kind of cover over these ropes. Well, anyway, we'll look at that in a minute. To build on this, I'm going to have to take... Oh, and one other thing I want to show you first. The airflow comes in through here, through the front, and then it goes up through into here. So it comes in there and comes up there onto the coil. But we're going to have to take this tank apart. There's a screw here on the bottom, and we're going to have to... It's a flat blade. Just pull that off. Is that enough? Yep, there we go. And then you have down here, you'll take your build adapter, and we'll screw that into the bottom here. All right, let's get on there. Come on. There we go. There we go. And put this on our builder. A lot of threads there. And, well, I don't have a coil on there yet, so it's got these posts here, and it's very similar to the posts that we saw yesterday on the Atom. So let's find me some coils here. I'm gonna go with the same coils we used last night, 3mm 0.46 from Coffin Coils. Grab one of those. Yeah, I definitely had this box in my hand last night. It's juicy. Let's grab one. Not all of them. There we are. All right, where are we at? Back these screws out. Get my coil rod. Line that up as good as I want. Let's push it down. I'm just gonna keep it in place there. Oops, I missed again. Did the same thing yesterday. Get under there. There we go. I'm under that one. Let's see here. I'm going to use the, I don't think this is the right size. So I'm going to use the provided hex key here because I don't want to strip those screws out, especially not right away. There we go. Yeah, that's the right size. All right. That's not lined up really good. Let's move it over. There we are. That's about where I want it. Let's snip these ends here. Hopefully that's good enough. We'll see in a minute. Lift that up there. There we are. All right, let's see. I'm just going to quickly make sure that I cut enough lead off. Looks like I did. All right, let's see here. I should have got all my stuff out right away. I need to change the battery out in this thing pretty soon. Oh, hold on. Before I get too far, let me finish tightening these down. I'm not going to torque them, but I want to make sure they're, yeah, there we go. I still had like a whole turn left. Oh, come on out of there. Those screws are tight. Okay, that side was good. All right, now reading a 0.43 or 5.3 right now. Let's clean this up. Get this where we want it. We're almost there. All right, I like it. We can deal with that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take it off the builder. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put the cotton on first. I'm not 100% sure what the best method of this is going to be, but I'm going to put the cotton in, and I'm going to lay the cotton like right on top of these holes. And then when I put the tank section back on and screw it in and drop the coil rods in, I'm going to make sure, actually, I'll have to pick the whatchamacallit, the cotton up to be able to put the rods down, because once we put the tank back on, the rods are going to, I'm not going to be able to see the holes, obviously. So, but I'm thinking when it's on the tank, it's going to be a little harder to maneuver to put the cotton in. So I ought to get the cotton in first. All right, let's get this in here. One thing I will say about the prototype, the flavor was phenomenal when it was first wicked, before we had our problem with the actual wicking itself. So I'm just gonna leave it pretty long right now. That's obviously going to be a lot smaller, but this will give me room to move like that to be able to put the rods in once we put the tank section on. So let's take that back off. Oh, what did we end up reading? I'm sorry. Tighten back up. I'm messing the cotton all up. 0.55, okay. All right, we got the whole thing, including the reader on there, or the adapter on there. Get that adapter back off. Put that aside. All right, so the airflow's in the front. We'll make sure we put the fill port at the same time. And it's just press fitted with the O-ring right there. All right. And we're going to take and screw this back in. There's an O-ring at the bottom of the screw too to keep juice from getting out in the bottom. All right, there we are. And that's our connection, obviously, to our to device as well. So, all right. So let's, now these rods have a film over it. All right, so we're going to put this, just drop these coil rods down in here like that. And I don't know if I'm doing this right or not, but let's just give it a whirl. We're going to cut it about right there. And about right there. Cut a little off the top. And I'm just going to set this cotton down on top of the, just kind of fill the hole, the port there, and set it on top of the coil rod holes. And this should work. Cut it a little shorter than I wanted to over here, I think. So let's juice it up. All right, let's go with the Monarch by King's Crest. Just fill that out a little bit more to make sure it's all going in. Clean it up. I don't want any juice on that edge there to prevent it from seating properly when I put the top on here. I don't know if it matters which side the top is. It looks, actually no, it's got to go, I believe it's got to go this way. You see there's a little less room here. When you look down into a billet box, or just billet box I'm going to use here. Well, you can't really tell from that, but we'll try it one way. If it doesn't work, I think the smaller end goes to the back. All right, we're going to put that down there. Go ahead and put it in our billet box. A little tight fit there. Since we're wicked up, I'm going to go ahead and make sure it's making contact. It's reading a 0.6. I didn't check it right before we left, but let me go ahead and throw some juice in here and we'll check it out. See how it wicks. I'll just go about half as always, maybe a little more. A little bit more, actually almost full. There you are. Alright, let's clean this up and go up top. Move some of this stuff out of the way so I don't knock it all over the place. Alright, here's the moment of truth. Will it wick? Actually, ooh, I just dropped it. There we go. I caught it with my leg. I'm going to go ahead and put these panels on here. Those fit good. And the panels on the front, on the back. A little bit of play there, but not bad. Okay, wait a minute, hold on. Let's see. 0.6, I don't want to hit that at 33 watts. I want to go about, actually, this drip tip may not, or this, it's reading 0.65. Oh, there we go, 6.1. Let's see. 20, let's go 28 watts. All right. As you can see, there's a hole there on the panels for that airflow. Let's see how it goes. That's good flavor. That's good flavor. Will it wick though? I can't tell. The flavor's good. The flavor's good. Forgot I don't like this juice as much as I thought I used to. I used to get that juice all the time. Not a dry hit yet. Every hit's about the same so far. Yeah, that's still tasting the same. I saw a bubble just come up right there, so it's like we got wicking. Way I hold this, I'm gonna end up covering the air hole. We'll come back and revisit this, but so far it seems to be wicking just fine. I'm not 100% sure what size airflow I'm using here. It feels a little tighter than what I'm used to. But yeah, it's definitely seems to be wicking. I'm not getting any dry hits. I could sit here and hit it for another 10 minutes and go from there, but so my thoughts about it are this. That's a very unique RBA in itself. The adoption of panels, if you don't want special fancy panels and have to rely on other makers to make panels, these panels seem pretty good. There's a little play up and down on that. Left to right's fine. Not enough to bother me. The the airflow or the flavor is really good. The airflow is a little tighter than what I'm used to, but I am not 100% sure what we could do differently. Looks like we can go all the way down real low. I don't have the specs on the sizes of the airflow pins. I apologize. I have yet to. I think I have them written down somewhere, maybe even on my website, but um, it's not. The airflow isn't restrictive. It's not like a mouth to lung airflow, but it seems a little tighter. Let me see if I take the panel off. If it Now the panel wasn't impeding it at all, which it shouldn't because, well, let's take this out and put it in a Delro and see. All right, the fit is pretty tight, so I'm gonna have to. And what makes it tight? I don't want to hit my coil. What makes the airflow tight is, or the fit tight, is the fact that the fill port, the rubber on it, is getting in the way. Oops, hold on. Let's just do this. I can just bang it out. It's not that bad. It's not that tight. But the one problem I do see here is it may be really difficult in a Cerakote, because I remember using it with my Almost RPG, and I had a little issue with getting getting it in and out of there. It was pretty tight. It still fit, but it was pretty tight. Let's take this orbit out. Come on, orbit. There we go. Clean that up. I had a little condensation in there. And it slides right in, and yeah, I had a little mess in my Delro here. Oops, I'm covering the airflow. About the same, and like I said, it fits just fine in there. I could throw it in my bow wrap, but I don't know where that's at right now. So, but there it is. That's the Skunkworks B01. You can only get these in their group, which is Skunkworks, SKNKWORX on Facebook. I'm not sure if it's private still or if you can search for it and find it, but it's definitely unique, and it's definitely working now. I'm definitely getting wicking. For me to have hit it this many times and not had a dry hit means that the ropes are working. If you really want to, and it'd probably be pretty difficult to feed the cotton down, you could actually wick it with cotton or wire mesh in the same way as the ropes. So, but yeah, that's it. That is the Skunkworks B01. If you've got any questions, excuse me, if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments and I'll try to answer any of them. Yeah, it's a nice little kit. I'm not I'm a little worried about the fit. That's the only problem, and that is mainly just because of the plug. I'm thinking if you really wanted to get around that, you saw it went into an anodized Rev 4 just fine. It was a little difficult to take out. One of the things I do when I take out a a Boro out of a, is I'll take my tweezers and I'll just, if it's stuck on there with, some condensation on the back or whatever, I'll push this back and it'll let it loose. The problem with doing it with this one is that the coil is so far or so close that you don't want to push it down there real good because, well, you might damage your coil. So, but anyway, yeah, Skinworks. I keep wanting to say Alien Works. Skinworks B01 with the unique airflow, and the flavor is phenomenal. I mean, it's really good. It's up there with the best of them. Um, the problem I had with the prototype was the wicking, obviously, and the wicking has been remedied. That's it, guys. I'm Chris, BilletBox. I got to get used to doing that. BilletBox.info, and I appreciate it. Y'all have a good day. Thanks.